Hello everybody, welcome back to Vigilant Citizen. I am Josh. Thanks for joining me again today. It is a beautiful day. It's a little warm out, so I'm treating myself to this beer. That's the drink of the day. This beer. Not any other beer, not the beer that you may have in your hand right now. This one, right here. I haven't even really thought about what I'm going to say in today's video. A lot of times I'll sit down and I'll think about it ahead of time and kind of parse through my own thoughts, try to organize it and make sure that when I speak that I don't sound like a complete and total dummy. I just have one thought, and maybe we'll just expand on it and we'll just kind of see where it leads. And that is that you should trust your gut on things. I wanted to follow up with my previous video about the world kind of going crazy, and even in just the last week it's gotten a little crazier and things are changing. Again, people who are 2,000, 3,000 miles away think that they know what's best for me and my family, and they don't. They don't know what's best for you or your family. They consider themselves the be-all, end-all, all-knowing. They're tyrants. They're just tyrants. I was talking with a friend earlier today, and the notion of a tyrannical gene came up because there just seem to be a lot of petty tyrants and tyrants who are in charge of things, and they're just all over the place. The whole Karen meme came up last year in 2020, and those people probably have a bit of that gene, right? Just they want to be tyrannical. They just want to control other people's lives and tell them what to do and things of that nature. So thinking about that, and how do we respond to this? How do we respond to these people? I'm not gonna go too in depth on what we should or shouldn't be doing right now. You have to decide what's best for you and what's best for your family. And one of the best ways you can do that is trust your gut, trust your instincts. They're there for a reason. God gave you those for a reason. You may not have a good reason, a logical reason to reject something or to go with something, but if your gut's telling you that you should or should not do something, you should listen to it. You should really carefully consider that. In his book, Blink, Malcolm Gladwell talks about your gut and your instinct, that initial moment of you thinking or feeling something it's not coming from nowhere. Your unconscious is picking up on something that your conscious hasn't quite picked up on. Your unconscious is pulling together experiences and things that it's learned, that your brain has learned over the years, and it's telling you something in that moment, even if your rational brain hasn't caught up to it quite yet. So if you're being told to do something by world leaders or by friends or family who are pressuring you into doing something, or you're seeing everybody else do something, but you get the sense that it's not the right thing to do, listen to that. Your unconscious mind is telling you something. Don't ignore it. And if it's like the old saying that your mom used to always tell you, if all your friends jumped off a bridge, would you? Well, if you're watching all your friends jump off a bridge and you have a bad feeling about that, maybe you shouldn't jump off that bridge. If there's a lot of people around you who are suggesting or trying to intimidate or even coerce you, if they're telling you that you can't be around them, or your job is telling you that you have to do something very specific that doesn't feel right in order to maintain your employment, maybe that's not the right place for you. Maybe that's not a place that you should be working. Maybe those friends who are telling you, who are basing their friendship with you, or if they're family, if they're basing their interaction with you on conditions that you don't feel are appropriate or even any of their business, listen to that. Don't just give in. Don't just give your consent. It's all you've got, right? Your livelihood, maybe not livelihood. That's, in some sense, that's out of your control. If you're fired for not meeting up to some bizarre standards that are being thrown at you. But your persona, your physical and mental health, only you can take care of that. Only you can know what's really best for you, and you might be struggling with that a little bit. You may not fully understand what's best for you yet, but that's what that intuition is for. That's what that intuition tells you. We have been evolving for millennia as human beings, right? And when I say evolving, don't think that I'm talking about one scientific theory or not or whatever. Just species do change over time, even small ways, maybe big ways, I don't know, whatever. But we do change, and breeding changes us because genes get passed, right? So we have evolved to have this intuition, to have an unconscious part of our mind and our brain tell us something before our rational side catches up. So you ignore that at your own peril. Don't think that you can just ignore it and be okay with it. Because if you make a decision that if you ignore that intuition and make a decision that ends up hurting you for the rest of your life, I guess that's just more proof that your intuition is onto something, right? So I'm not going to beat a dead horse here. That's really all I have to say about it. Listen to your instincts, trust your gut, don't ignore it, regardless of what everybody else is saying or doing around you, no matter the amount of pressure that you're feeling. If you're feeling a lot of pressure from people and they just keep telling you the same things over and over and over and you don't feel that it's right, remove yourself from the situation for a moment. Think it through on your own, with nobody else around to coerce you or to bully you or to otherwise pressure you. Think for yourself. It's important, especially in these days. So, getting some shade out here. That's nice. That'll be good. That'll be good. That'll go right with my beer. So I think that's all I have to say about that. The world is getting a little weirder, a little crazier. Turn a little bit inward right now. That's what you need to do. Focus on what you can do, what you can change, and what you can make better for yourself, your friends, and your family. And listening to your gut is going to be a good way of doing that. So good luck out there. Wish you all the best. Trust yourselves. And I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for joining me today. I always appreciate it.
Never give up. Trust your instincts.